Ever felt a strange, heavy tension with a woman, but nothing actually happens? There's no flirting, no confessions, just an undeniable weight in the air that you can't quite prove exists. So you end up in your own head. You replay every interaction, dissecting casual conversations, wondering if you just imagined the whole thing, and walking away with more anxiety than answers. The problem is how we're taught to measure interest. We expect genuine attraction to look obvious, a touch on the arm, a direct compliment, or laughing at a terrible joke. Relying on that traditional checklist creates a massive blind spot. When you only look for the obvious, you assume she's completely uninterested, entirely missing the subtle reality of how attraction actually operates under the surface. That sense of confusion is a byproduct of active concealment. Often, the absence of flirting is a calculated choice rather than a lack of interest. She hides it to manage the risk of attachment. True romantic connection requires a level of vulnerability that can feel dangerous, triggering a deeply ingrained need to protect herself. You have to shift your focus away from the standard dating checklist. Decoding this situation requires you to look for the subtle behavioral patterns of emotional risk management. To understand this hidden tension, you have to observe how she operates when she is trying to maintain control over her feelings. People are incredibly good at censoring what they say, but they cannot entirely suppress their immediate, automatic neurological reactions to someone they are drawn to. This creates involuntary leaks, starting with emotional engagement. Pay attention to how she reacts when you enter a conversation. You'll see a sudden, visible spike in curiosity and a shift in her energetic presence that she can't quite dial back. While standard flirting is exaggerated, a woman hiding attraction becomes significantly more composed and thoughtful. She refines herself because your presence suddenly matters. Your opinion holds psychological weight, so she carefully manages how she appears. These involuntary leaks give away the game. They prove that while the surface remains quiet, there is highly active, high-stakes emotional processing happening right underneath. As that internal attraction grows, it triggers an automatic defensive response. Her fear of getting attached forces her to build walls to keep those feelings in check. This leads to distance management. She maintains a specific proximity, staying close enough to monitor you, but far enough to avoid intimacy. This creates a push-pull dynamic. One day she inches closer, sharing personal stories, but the next day she snaps back to safety. This behavior often looks like a game from the outside, appearing intentionally confusing or manipulative. What you're seeing is a psychological tug-of-war. Her genuine desire for connection is in direct conflict with her hesitation to get hurt. Because her attraction is hidden behind those defensive walls, she needs a way to feel safe. To get that, she will subconsciously start testing you. This looks like subtle testing. She might mention another man or introduce a mild conversational challenge, specifically to see if you panic, overreact, or lose your center. You'll also notice quiet influence. She subtly adopts your perspectives, casually mentioning new decisions she made, aligning perfectly with your past advice. This graph shows how reacting to loss works. If you subtly withdraw your attention, a woman who hides attraction will immediately increase her warmth, presence, and reply rates to regain that connection. These behavioral tests verify the structural integrity of your emotional composure. She needs to know you are steady before she risks dropping her guard. You now have a way to measure exactly what is happening in your specific situation. It comes down to the frequency of these signs. If you observe 2 or 3, you are looking at baseline interest. But if you spot 4 or more, you are dealing with undeniable attraction. Hitting that threshold simply means she is highly attracted to you, even if she currently lacks the psychological readiness to admit it out loud. You are no longer lost in an inexplicable gray area. You are successfully observing a highly predictable psychological defense mechanism at work. But there is a critical error most men make the moment they realize this attraction exists. They apply immediate pressure to force a confession. Pushing harder directly triggers her deepest self-protective alarms. It puts weight on a system that isn't ready, permanently shattering the delicate behavioral equilibrium she was relying on to feel safe. Your job here isn't to rush her. The requirement is to remain completely grounded, calm, and emotionally steady in the face of her ongoing tests. By projecting confidence without applying pressure, you allow the tension to resolve itself. It creates the specific safety she needs to trade hidden attraction for a real connection.